gonna be tough because Targa is playing so well in the NASL, and I do think that he's a player as well who studies his opponents, and I think WhiteRa in general plays a pretty predictable PvZ style these days. But I'm still going with WhiteRa.
Well, I'm gonna go with Targa because he's the Thunder from down under, and also from Norway. He's intercontinental Thunder.
Smart.
And also, he's just been playing so well. Best player in the world that connects to the internet via a wireless connection on his cell phone.
Yeah, Targa is 2-2 in the division right now. I believe WhiteRa is 2-2 as well, but I could be mistaken. Am I mistaken, Ben? Did you do your homework for once?
Yes. No, actually, I don't know.
Okay, well, I think both these players are 2-2. Targa is definitely 2-2, and WhiteRa, as far as I remember, as well. So this is a game which is played out in the middle of the division.
I'll confirm that for you real quick. He's a good guy.
But of course, once you start off 3-2 in the season, you still have your playoff dreams alive. And of course, you can win quite some money in the regular season with the $150 for every single best of 3. But the real money, Ben, is made in the playoffs.
2-2 to 1-2. It's right here. See?
Oh, WhiteRa's. Yeah, but that's not updated yet, man. It's they're both played 2-2. So I was right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Targa versus Jinro.
Yes.
That one has not been added to the database yet.
We saw WhiteRa earlier this season as well. PvZ against Chef, and what I tried to say is, like, when I think that, and we saw him against War as well, even though we did not cast those games, but the Frotorp did. What I tried to say with predictable style is that WhiteRa is like so known right now to get those quick 3 nexuses up. He really tries to get away with it every single time, 6 minutes, 30 seconds, and there are just different ways to deal with that. And I think that Targa probably has something prepared. I can only imagine that he does. And if WhiteRa plays the exact same style as he displayed in the previous best of 3s, I think Targa might be able to hit some sweet timings.
Yeah, I think you could be onto something there, Kev. A couple lings about to pop out for Targa. They'll get rid of this probe, and then I suspect we'll see a quick third hatch for our Zerg player.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, our final game of the day is supposed to be MC versus Puzzle. That one should hopefully be played live.
Yep. I believe that we were still searching MC in action, but hopefully we will be able to display him, and I think it should be possible because he had so much time actually to show up right now because the previous games were so extremely long. So hopefully we will be able to broadcast the PvP between MC and Puzzle after this series, and of course after that it's time for the Sunday showdown.
Sase versus Puma.
$2,000, man. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And I really can't wait to see how those guys match up against one another.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's so hard to predict. I asked people to tweet me predictions. If you want, you can still do that. Who do you think is going to win, guys? Sase or Puma? Let us know at twitter.com/MrBitterTV or twitter.com/RotterDam08. And yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. So far, Ben, it was pretty 50-50. A lot of Swedish guys were cheering for Sase, of course, but also had quite some Puma predictions.
It's impossible to bet against Puma, man. He just does not win at NASL events.
Lose.
Does not lose at NASL events?
I think a player who won more than 80k in this league, I think you can say that he does win in NASL.
It's like normally when we have like a Sunday showdown, we send one of the casters to pick players up at the airport. But because Puma is such a high roller, we send like a Hummer limo.
That is actually not true. So I don't
How
know.
do you know? We went to get him and he was gone.
Well, it's not because we sent a Hummer limo.
Maybe.
WhiteRa is going to rally a Zealot and Stalker, I guess, across the map. There's an Overlord as well in the main base right now. I'm curious to see how WhiteRa is going to follow this up, man. He didn't really throw down any attack yet. He's on 2 assimilators so far. I think he's going to take one of these real soon, though.
Targa being very active with his Overlord, but he does not manage to see the Stargate starting.
Yeah, this is different than how WhiteRa plays on Daybreak. Maybe he feels that it's harder on a map like Antiga to take 3 nexuses really quick, because the moment you open up with a Stargate, that's too big of an investment to also try to get a really quick third nexus off. So WhiteRa's going to play different. He's one of those guys who can make Stargate play work really well, that you kind of wonder about why does it work so well. When I watch MC does it, it works very well. When WhiteRa does it, it works very well. When I do it, there are like 3 queens and 2 spore crawlers.
Targa so actively scouting. This Overlord is a hero, Kev. Sees the Stargate. Targa knows exactly what's coming. And WhiteRa.
He might actually be even able to see what WhiteRa is going to produce. No, WhiteRa waits on purpose. No, it's going to be a Void Ray. We can see that, of course. The little image in the Stargate.
Yeah, Targa saw it too, so he knows. Yeah. So what is Targa going to have back home to deal with it? Well, he's already got 3 queens out. He's going to get a couple extra queens.
And he's going to get a couple of extra drones, because the real answer to Stargate play is His drones, of course, man. Here we can see WhiteRa asking for a pause. Of course, this was a replay cast, as we mentioned before. The previous game was live in MC versus Puzzle.
That little face that Targa made.
It's a sad bear face.
I think it's a fish.
No, I think he mixed it
The
up.
thing on the right is a fish.
Okay, Ben, can you focus on the game?
I'm just saying. It's definitely a fish.
Okay, it is a fish.
WhiteRa's first Stalker crossing the middle of the map right now. Just going to see exactly what he has in store for him. Getting +1. And, do you think WhiteRa's going to try to take a third off of this, or is he going to just go all in with the Void Ray?
I mean, on the Ohana, he always just tries to do a lot of damage, and then at least follows up with really big 2-base aggression, and at least try to take out 1 base of Proto.
Queens are so good now.
Yeah, Queens are really good. They are like Stalkers, man.
Stalker can't even really trade with the Queen.
Well, it's going to be hard to outmake her now. Void Ray is going to arrive, but this time WhiteRa won't be able to achieve all that much with the Void Ray. There are 3 Queens over here, there is 2 Spore, 1 Spore Crawler as well, and 1 Spine Crawler. So now I really wonder, where are you going to take this WhiteRa? He's adding a couple of more gates, but so far you can say that this Stargate has been absolutely useless. Speed is almost ready for the Zerglings. I guess he wants to make sure that WhiteRa is not expanding super greedy. Look at this.
WhiteRa's up to 4 gate robo.
13 more drones, 15 more drones on the way for Targa. As I said, man, the counter to Stargate play is drones, and
Targa seems to know.
Targa seems to definitely know.
Got the memo. He's sitting on about 75 drones right now, and he's got a couple more about to pop out.
WhiteRa found a little hole though in the Targa's defense. Where are all your queens, Targa? He's gonna bring them from the low ground. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. He has to be careful with his single queen. This is a little bit sloppy from Targa. He's gonna end up losing this queen right now. He's gonna use Graviton Beam, and this is not good because he might actually end up losing the Roach Warriors. Oh, no, okay, here come the queens. They're pretty quick when they're on creep. Well, Ben, it's gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, it'll be close, but I feel like if WhiteRa sticks around to kill the Roach Warrior, he might end up losing the Void Ray.
Yeah, and he has Transfuse as well. Look at Targa. Targa's just baiting this. Transfuse is going down, and now he should be able to kill the Void Ray. Yes, he is able to kill the Void Ray.
Yes, he does.
Man, that was a really nice bait. He waited on purpose with that inject for an extra long time, trying to get additional damage.
Nicely done by Targa, playing some great StarCraft.
Yeah, WhiteRa plays pretty different right now. The Stargate didn't really do all that much. He's still going to try to go up to 3 bases, but he's only at 54 probes against 80-something drones of Targa. And I think WhiteRa is going to need a small miracle to stay alive.
This is kind of old school Stargate play, and it doesn't really work these days. Targa now, all he has to do is make units. He doesn't have to make any more drones. He's at 83 already. He just take bases and build units, and the chance of WhiteRa holding a big, 180 supply attack, pretty slim, Kev.
Yep, WhiteRa is going to try to be as annoying as possible with these Phoenixes, lift up as many Roaches as possible, but it just doesn't really change anything in the long run, because a couple of Roaches cost nothing, and these Phoenixes were much bigger of an investment. Killing off these Overlords will actually help, because Targa is already almost supply blocked. He's making 4 Overlords at once and a lot of Hydras as well.
Yeah, and this is going to be just fine. If he attacks these Hydras straight away, WhiteRa will not have any Colossi out. Hydras do pop.
There is a Robotics Bay on the map though, but WhiteRa is not producing a Colossus yet. He's still producing Immortals, and I don't think WhiteRa is aware of the Hydralisk. Yeah, he saw the Hydralisk then, so lol. He saw it when it was really tiny. Look at this. Whee.
And Targa is going to move right out.
Ooh, WhiteRa ended up losing 1 Phoenix, so now he's definitely aware of all the Hydras that are on the map.
Ah, Targa, you cannot make Hydras and then sit back. That's okay. Now he's moving.
I
Good.
know. You want to say that someone's style?
Maybe.
TT1 said it, not us, man. WhiteRa's getting a wall over here as well with 3 gates. He has 1 cannon, but WhiteRa's going to need really, really good force skills, and I don't even think that's going to be enough. Targa's maxed out right now, Ben, below 13 minutes, and his army supply is doubling the army supply of WhiteRa, and it has more DPS as well.
Oh, Targa. Yeah, we've seen this situation unfold countless times before, Kev. This is what happens when a Zerg is allowed to macro freely. He's just going to steamroll right through WhiteRa's army. There's no chance of WhiteRa holding. And Targa, very, very convincingly on Antiga.
He's playing so good in the NSL, man. He's just steamrolling WhiteRa right now. This is as one-sided as the game could potentially be. We finally have a Colossus. Be careful, WhiteRa. I guess doesn't really matter.
That's not where you want to be, Mr. Colossus.
He doesn't have thermal lens yet. WhiteRa just calls GG, well played. First game goes very one-sidedly to Targa.
Sits back, drones up, uses the queens to keep the Void Ray at bay, and then makes a lot of units and wins. So, yeah, that was like I already said once. That felt like a very old school style of PvZ, and just doesn't work that well these days.
No, I guess I think you might as well ignore the Void Ray. Just go Phoenixes only. You will at least be able to be more mobile and do something. And then I think he would have scouted the Hydra is getting quicker as well, and then he would have been able to get a Colossus quicker. But I don't think you can expand that quick against Roche Hydra if you open up Stargate.
Yeah.
As silly as it sounds, because 10 minutes is not that quick. But
You've really got to sit up at the top of your ramp and wait until you have a Colossus or 2 out.
yeah, literally a Colossus or 2, and then with Forces you're going to be able to expand. And that's, of course, you're going to be heavily outmined them for a long time. But if a Zerg maxes out on Roach Hydra, that kind of evens out in the long run, because the first time you're going to fight, you're still supposed to crush him, or at least you're going to do very well. So, not the best game from WhiteRa, Ben.
Oh. Tough stuff. He's going to have to step it up in game number 2. That last one brought to you by iBuyPower PCs, the PCs that power the North American Star League.
And our house.
And our house. This is an iBuyPower PC. That's an iBuyPower PC.
I still like the name iBuyPower.
I think our switcher is using an iBuyPower PC.
If I ever start my own car company, I'm going to call it iBuyPower. Or iBuyCarPower. Like, hey, electronic cars, man, it's the future.
We're going to play a commercial.